Hey guys, so as I said yesterday when I unboxed my Body Boss system, this is my day one of doing my weight routine at home. Now I know gyms are reopening up this week, at least where I'm at, but I'm still kind of nervous about going to them. I'm uneasy about doing my weight routine there. I mean, I can go hop on a cardio machine, keep my distance and get out, but I'm a little hesitant to go doing weights quite yet. So I'm going to show you my back and biceps workout from the comfort of my home. And it's basically following the same routine that I had been doing at the gym, only I've got a system that allows me to do it at home now. So give me credit here, because in all my life, I never ever thought that I would be doing any kind of physical activity on camera. Seriously, like I can get on camera and talk and blah, blah, blah. But I'm very self-conscious about my awkward little gimpy body movements. I'm a little stiff and I move differently. So yeah, this is a big step. So I hope you get some value out of what I'm going to show you. And definitely keep in mind, I am not a personal trainer. And like I said, my body does, in some regards, move differently. So please, please, please don't look at the way I'm doing things and think that my form is necessarily correct. You know, it really, I could be, just don't copy my form if it doesn't look right or if it doesn't feel right. I'm doing what works for me, and, you know, I'm a little unique. So, yeah, I hope you get some value out of what you're about to see. Thanks. So this is the system that I unboxed yesterday. That's my base, and I've got the weight bar, the handles, the door anchor, the ankle straps, the 2 resistance bands, and then that nice little carrying case it came with. And also, I'm going to apologize if my cameramanship is not perfect. I'm doing this alone with no tripod. So the first exercise is going to be using the door anchor. So you just basically put the squishy thing in the door and shut it. So this is not going to go anywhere, and I'm going to hook my resistance bands up to this. Okay, so I'm set up with a chair behind me, and my bands are clipped into the door, and I've already done my 2 warm-up sets here. Basically, I'm doing 2 sets of 10 at a weight that I can manage. On the second set, for me to increase the weight with these, I basically just move my chair backwards a tiny bit. On the third set, I want to have a resistance that is enough that it's not going to allow me to finish 10. That's the goal. So if I can do 10, I don't have it tight enough on my last set. So here we go. Sit back, and this satisfies the seated row that I would do at the gym. Just pull back, and I kind of laugh because I'm basically reaching back to touch my boobs, but I'm in 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, so in reality, I could have had that back a bit further. So yeah, with the I could have been with my chair a bit further back so that I would not have been able to finish 10. But you know what? This is my first time working out in 2020, really. So let's not push it. So I'm going to go on to the next exercise, which is the lat pull down. So what I need to do is I need to move that anchor in my door and put it on the top. I don't quite know how I'm going to do that, so I'm going to pause the video for a sec and figure it out. So what I found on this one was using the 2 resistance bands, it definitely wasn't tight enough. So I took one off and then I put the other one just through the loop like that, and I put the handle on each end. So this is going to give me enough resistance to do my lat pull downs. Okay, so I have my chair right in front of the door. I'm actually able to brace my feet on it. I've done 2 sets of 10 on this. Again, I don't think I'm going to get to failure, and that's not, it is a goal, but for women, when we're not really trying to bulk up, we can just, do the 3 sets of 10. So here I go, lat pull down. Got my feet braced against the door, and again, I'm reaching down to kind of grab my boobs. Okay, so that's 2 of them done. I lost my train of thought. Oh, so I'm kind of perplexed on how to do the resistance on this one, because it really felt right for me to have my feet planted against the door for stability. So I guess, the alternative might be to have my 3rd set where I'm actually sitting on the ground or on a step stool. That would bring me down a little bit and tighten up the resistance to pull it down. So that might be what I try next time. And now I'm going to do some bicep curls. And this time I'm actually going to use the base. So we'll see what that's all about. Okay, so bicep curls. I've done my first 2 sets using this base, and I have to say I'm pretty damn excited about the way this thing functions. So for the first set, what I did was I just had it hooked up right here, and I did my 10 bicep curls with the resistance band here. And then when I wanted to increase the tension, I just took the handle off and looped it through here. Now for my final set, I'm going to step it all the way up to number 4, and then it goes to 5. So I know one thing you might be thinking is, hey Barb, if you're already at 4, there isn't a lot of room to take it once you go to 5. But actually, I was thinking the possibilities are endless. I mean, if I need a super bunch of tension, I'm going to take this one and I'm going to hook it over there. And I'm going to bring it all the way over here, giving me a boatload of tension if I want it. So if I want to hook these to that weight bar and do deadlifts, for example, I would have these about as tight as they possibly get. And I think I could also do deadlifts just using the handles. But like I say, the tension possibilities on this thing are absolutely endless. Okay, so I'm on my final set of bicep curls. And it's just The fire trucks are going by and I can hear Miss Stella down there howling. Okay, that's 10. Okay, so this one right now, I'm just going to give you a quick look. This is another bicep curl, so I'm not going to do 3 sets of 10 of this, but I'm sitting down, so I've put a chair on the base. I've rearranged the bands so that they suit a seated position. So if you have difficulty standing, if you feel better being in a seated position, this is possible. And you can't really do this with regular resistance bands. The base is making this so much easier for me. So yeah, you could do these in a seated position. I would recommend doing 1 arm at a time. You could do 2. And I'll just give a look at how the base looks. Okay, so I just have a regular chair. Used to be in my office. The only person that sat in it was a cat. So I'm guessing I have a butt covered in cat fur. Whatever. Anyway, the only real problem I had was the chair can't sit if the number 5 and the number 1 tension is up. It's going to interfere at some point. It's just the width of the chair. So what? I mean, I've got 6 other options. I can do crossing. So what I did with those bicep curls was I put the end over in the back and then I looped it through here. So that's what I'm lifting up when I'm sitting. So bicep curls. You can do them standing. You can do them seated. It's awesome. Okay, so I just have 2 things left to do. Now, this one I had to kind of think a bit to figure this one out. At the gym, Tammy and I were using one of the machines to do a pull-up row. So we were kind of laying with our chest on the base and then pulling up in a row position. So what I've come up with on here, I think it'll work. I've done 2 sets of 10 and I can tell you I should have set this up a bit looser because yeah, I'm definitely feeling this one the way I have it. So let me give you a look. I've taken each of the bands and I've kind of looped them through like this and then have the handle attached to the ends here. So I think in my case, I should have had them hooked to these 2 because as I said, these ones were a little bit tight on me. So I'm going to do what I can for my 3rd set. And all I can say right now is I'm really glad that I'm wearing a shirt with a high neck. I think some others might say otherwise, but anyway. So I'm bending down and pulling up. So when I start to struggle, it's power up, hold it, and then slowly down. You have to control the release. And I've lost track because I'm counting. I have a feeling this is 9. And I don't think I can get number 10. And the last thing I do is just a good old-fashioned bicep curl. So this one isn't even using the BodyBoss system. I have a 5-pound bicep. I have an 8-pound one too, but that's a bit heavy on me. So if you don't have, did I just call this a bicep? I did. It's a dumbbell, not a bicep. Okay, anyway, if you don't have any dumbbells, what you can do is use a soup can. You can use a water bottle. The water bottle gives you a bit of flexibility because if you're just starting out, you might only fill the water bottle half full, then 3/4 full, then step up to the full thing. Personally, I don't dare use a soup can. My grasp is not that good, so I would really worry that it would slip out of my hands, and my luck, it would hit my foot. You can just ask my friend Tammy about that. Anyway, so you can do 2 arms at once. I'm just going to do a quick show of one. Start at the side. As you bring it up, palm up to there. Elbow stays at your side. And 3 sets of 10. And that completes my back and bicep workout. I have to say, I'm really impressed with this Body Boss thing. It definitely allowed me to do my workout. I didn't have to fiddle around with trying to position these resistance bands under my feet, only to lose ground the minute I lose my balance, which happens quite often. So, yeah, I would say it's a good purchase. It's going to be awesome for me. You know, even when the gyms open up, if winter hits, it's crappy weather, icy, snowy. Sometimes it's just safer to stay home, so this is a perfect deal for me. So on Wednesday, I'm going to do some shoulders and some abs. And no, Wednesday's leg day. So yeah, I'm super excited to see how it works on leg day. So I will do a video then and share it. Thanks. Hey, I forgot to mention, I wanted to add this with talking about this Body Boss system. Now, it probably might have looked like, oh gee, a lot of fiddling around with those hoops and loops and that. Just keep in mind, this is the first time I've ever used the thing. You know, it's gonna take a while. All in all, I did that workout, including videotaping it and taking a phone call from a friend. That was all done in 90 minutes. So there was a bit of thinking in between and figuring stuff out. So I would say all in all, it is going to allow me to do my workouts probably in about 30 minutes, 3 times a week. So yeah, it's just a matter of figuring out the settings and that. No different than going to a gym. So yeah, I really like it. Thanks.